Hey there, fellow dog lovers. Have you ever wondered if your furry friend understands what you're saying to them? Or if they're just responding to your tone of voice and body language? Well, today we're going to dive into the fascinating world of canine communication and investigate whether dogs can really talk. Experiment. To test the communication abilities of dogs, we designed an experiment that would challenge their understanding of human language and their ability to use specific cues to convey meaning. We recruited a group of 10 dogs of various breeds and ages, and their owners were asked to participate in the experiment as well. Methodology. The experiment consisted of 3 stages. In the first stage, we tested the dogs' understanding of basic human language. We placed the dogs in a room with their owners and played a series of recorded commands, such as sit, stay, and fetch. We observed the dogs' responses and noted whether they followed the commands or not. In the second stage, we tested the dog's ability to use specific cues to convey meaning. We placed a treat in front of each dog and used 3 different cues: a verbal cue, e.g., fetch, a visual cue, e.g., pointing to the treat, and a tactile cue, e.g., tapping the treat with our hand. We observed the dog's responses and noted whether they were able to correctly identify the cue and retrieve the treat. In the third stage, we tested the dog's ability to combine different cues to convey meaning. We placed 2 treats in front of each dog and used a combination of verbal, visual, and tactile cues to indicate which treat they should retrieve. For example, we might say, fetch, while pointing to one treat and tapping the other. We observed the dog's responses and noted whether they were able to correctly identify the intended treat. Results. Our results were surprising and challenged our understanding of canine communication. In the first stage, we found that only 50% of the dogs were able to follow basic human commands. However, in the second stage, 80% of the dogs were able to correctly identify the treat using a combination of verbal, visual, and tactile cues. In the third stage, we found that 70% of the dogs were able to correctly identify the intended treat when we combined different cues. This suggests that dogs are able to use a combination of cues to convey meaning, but may not always respond to basic human commands. Observations. During the experiment, we also observed some interesting behaviors in the dogs. For example, some dogs were able to correctly identify the treat using a combination of cues, but would only retrieve it after their owner had given them a command. We also noticed that some dogs were more responsive to certain types of cues. For example, one dog was highly responsive to verbal cues, while another dog was more responsive to tactile cues. Implications. Our findings suggest that dogs are able to use a combination of cues to convey meaning and understand their environment. This challenges our understanding of canine communication and highlights the complexity of their cognitive abilities. These results have important implications for animal behavior studies and our understanding of interspecies communication. By studying how dogs communicate, we can gain insights into their social and cognitive abilities, and develop more effective training methods. Conclusion. In conclusion, our experiment investigating whether dogs can really talk has shown that they are able to use a combination of cues to convey meaning and understand their environment. These findings challenge our understanding of canine communication and highlight the complexity of their cognitive abilities. So, the next time you're talking to your furry friend, remember that they may be using a combination of cues to understand you, and that they are capable of complex communication and cognition. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more fascinating science experiments and insights into the animal kingdom. I hope you enjoyed this video and learned something new about the amazing world of animals. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more fun and educational content. And remember, the next time you're talking to your furry friend, they might just be trying to tell you something profound. And that wraps up today's video. Thank you so much for tuning in and spending some time with us. If you enjoyed the content, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up and share it with your friends. If you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you won't miss any of our upcoming videos. We always love hearing from you, so please leave your thoughts, questions, or suggestions in the comments section below.